Hi Gemini, welcome to your biweekly readings. As always, keep in mind that this is just a general reading, so always take what it feels right and with what does resonate within your own life experiences at this time. Also, if you would like a private reading with me, please contact me through the email I put in the description box below. And also, I want to tell you that for this biweekly, I'll be doing a special love relationship dynamic focus as we are approaching Valentine's Day. And not because I necessarily give to the day a sense of meaning or value on itself, but much more I find interesting that our own unconscious collective is paying huge amounts of attention and energy into the issue of love and relationship dynamics. So I believe it's a very good time to stop and think about and question and allow ourselves to feel what it is that we are looking for in terms of love and relationships, what is our nature, our innate nature, desires, and needs. And if there's a sense of understanding that the relationships we attract into our life, as sometimes challenging as they can be, are a part of our own growth experience and process of expansion or of our own awareness about ourselves. So more than telling you that a relationship will end, a relationship will begin, or you will find your soulmate, I'm much more interested in putting you as an individual in the center of your own life so you can feel empowered and in strength to deal with these energies and the relationships with a much more in a much more conscious way, understanding those relationships as a mirror of yourself. But many times this is a pill hard to swallow because we tend to avoid taking responsibility for our own issues, and so we tend to project them into other beings that are doing exactly the same thing to us. So I just want to clarify my approach. That is exactly the same as my previous readings. Simply this time I will be indulging in some curiosity and some sweet treats to make things as well a little bit different, and see what energies might be coming up for my dear Geminis. So, Gemini, there's a sense here of you being really focused on your mind, in getting things right, in getting things the way you believe it's the right way to deal with relationships, even if you are in a relationship or if you're not in a relationship or if you're simply dealing with someone specific in your life, but there's not a set of definition on the relationship. Whatever it is that you're trying to do it in a very mind-oriented way because you want to feel clarified. You want to feel this clarification about what it is that it's in front of you, and so you are using huge amounts of your intellectual force, which is great because it's your own nature as a Gemini. But sometimes when we are talking about people and when we are talking about relationships, it's difficult when we try to understand things just by a lens of objective understanding or analysis, because relationships and feelings are a subjective realm of understanding and they are meant to be felt, not exactly to be understood in a very analytical way as you are trying to. And so in the foundation, you have the Page of Swords. This is a card I usually think about air signs and Gemini as well, because air signs in terms of feelings and emotions, they tend to be very detached and very defensive as well, as I've noticed. They put this armor around them and they don't really want anybody that threatens to go beyond that armor first needs to go through a lot of tests and a lot of proof that it's worth it. And so you have your armor, you have your readiness to fight what it is that is coming your way. And many times this card talks about a debate in your mind within what you are looking for, in a relationship between your objective and your subjective mind, between your spirit, because you do have as well here fire and swords. So between your spirit, between what you are being guided in a very instinctual way, where the filter of your mind has no purpose at all, or being guided by air, being guided by the voice of your consciousness telling you to act in a certain way. And it's like you have this, right now, you have this readiness to, if you are in a relationship that things are not going well, you have this readiness to cut the bullshit, to cut the crap out and just face it. You are getting ready to work. There's this readiness to work on your own issues with someone, or simply if you're not committed in working your issues out inside of yourself, because there's an understanding there needs to be a new awareness, a new sense of perspective, of clarification gained with all that you are going through as well. Because crowning you, you do have the Ace of Swords. So you see, in the foundation, which is the lower, and the crown, which is the highest, you do have two swords card. So there's a lot of need to use your mind, but in the right way, to use your nature, but in the way that it's not hindering your path of understanding of your own feelings. It's about using it as a channel to translate to you that overload of information that you're looking for. This could mean sometimes that there's a new opportunity to clarify things that are not until now well understood. So if you are in a relationship where you don't understand why certain things are happening the way they are, there's here the opportunity for things to clarify themselves, to have that talk, to have that apology, to have that missing link, missing gap fulfilled, because you are putting the effort towards it as well. You're here in the current position, you have the Three of Pentacles. So you gain a sense of maturity recently and understood that if you want things to unfold, if you want things to be in a certain way, you have to show up. People have to show up in the face of challenges, in the face of a lot of things that drag us to hell. Especially, it's easy to fall into that pattern when we are dealing with others, because they are triggers to our own issues, and that's the hell they push us towards, not them. It's actually our own spaces within us that need understanding. So whatever happened, you understood that, again, you need to show up, you need to face things as they are, you need to see them, and as well honoring the value of the connections you have in your life. So as well that you are trying to put the effort, you are as well trying to, you rediscovered, or you will be discovering the real value of the relationships you have right now, the real value to love, the real value as well that you put in your own love nature, and understanding of what it is that you are looking for, without feeling without feeling defensive about it, without feeling, oh, this is so stupid, this makes no sense, why do I want this, why do I fantasize about that. Don't be your own severe judge. Try to see things from a perspective that allows whatever you feel to come to you, because that is as well information. That is as well a way for you, a compass for you to understand which way to go. And which way to go right now is about work, effort, pushing yourself to show up, to stand up, to be brave, to talk it out. So whatever is going on is about you being courageous within your own nature to show things as they are, to clarify them, not only for yourself, but as well with other people that you may be dealing with. So you can open your way and the gates here to go in the direction of real spontaneous feeling and sense of being happy and being light and being joyful again in terms of love and affection. And this thing that you are dealing with right now, it's a thing that, again, it tests your patience. It has been testing your patience, but at the same time is creating in you such an inner strength and reliance about your power to endure certain things, that you are almost, if you are not in a relationship, it's like you are gaining this understanding and this awareness that you don't need to be completely in love or in lust with your own life and with your own self, because you are free. So you have the lust card, or the strength in traditional tarot, here showing up next to the Three of Pentacles. So it's what's crossing this, or the challenge. But I believe it's just a thing that is about your patience, your endurance, to deal with the crap, to deal with the issues, to face them, to talk it out again, to express them, to not retain them, control them, deny them, suppress them, reject them, whatever that creates that huge amount of shadow and projection when we are dealing with other beings. So your challenge is to be patient and in strength within your own self and desires, to understand your desire to be free. Doesn't matter, again, if you are in a relationship, it's your desire to be free from anything that is holding you back. Again, if there's secrets, if there's lies, if there's betrayal, if there's things that happened, that you know that happened, you need to express, you need to have that talk, you need to put it out. You cannot sustain them anymore. And the strength as well is about using your purity, your dignity, your sense of blessing, to understand that you don't need to kill the beast, you own the beast by showing it love and kindness, and the beast will as well help you go in the path of freedom, joy, light, sunshine, and creativity. But there has to be this overcoming of a certain sense of um, repression here, of your instincts, of things that you may feel very uncomfortable with within your own nature of desire. Things that are sometimes very compulsive desires to obtain something, and that's why it's called lust. It's that indulgence, that thing, that crave, that urge. But actually for you, it's something that you should look at, because there's an urge here to play and to have fun. Maybe because after all the work you have been doing, after all that you have been facing, after all that you have been waiting, you understand that you deserve this opportunity to just go out and play and enjoy and smile and go to a restaurant and go to anything that indulges you to be free and be wild and play. It's the romance, that phase of the romance where everything is like in ecstasy. So if you are in a committed relationship where things have been difficult, and if there's an improvement here to make things better, if there's honesty, integrity, to say it as it is, to be very very upfront about things that may be upsetting you, and understanding as well your fears and your desires. This is an advice, or this is an opportunity in the near future for you and your partner to just simply go out there and experience things that you might have been doing for a long time, but it will feel as the very first time. It means that you need to lighten up, and you need to get your inner child, that very restless inner child that doesn't back down, and it doesn't stop. It just keeps running after something because it feels so amazing. It feels as always as an adventure, to go and explore, to go and have an adventure. As simple as it is, it will be felt in a very different way because it's new. There's a new breath, of spirit here, new breath of life into a relationship that you have, into a person that you might be interested, or simply in yourself, understanding how to put yourself in a position where you as well are important to indulge in. Again, to free your desires, to get that shot out to the world and say, I deserve this. So there's a lot of sense of empowerment here that can happen through relationships and through your own realization of things that you have been working on and work very maturely and very diligently and very wisely, trying to understand the value, trying to understand how to perfect them, trying to understand how to make them work. And now it's about taking the chance to transform your mind, taking the chance to communicate, to express, to show up, and to be grateful and thankful for all that it was, and smile for all that it can be from now on. So Gemini, I hope you enjoyed your reading. Thank you so much for all the likes, comments, and shares. I really appreciate it, and hopefully we'll see each other soon.